Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I'm going to make a card with some party dogs on it. This is called Party Pups by Sunny Studio. It's the name of the stamp set that I used. And then I also used, let's see here, some, it's called Outside In Stitched Scallop Rectangle from Lawn Fawn. And I used the second largest one for the outside of the card. And then I also used a stitched scallop rectangle frame. I used the I guess second smallest one, considering that's the smallest, to make this one. So I used both of those and I went ahead and cut those out, but I do have a lot to do still on this card. And I have a piece of black cardstock that I'm just using as a catch-all, and then I have blue for my background of this card. So I went ahead and cut my frame out of the main card, and then I'm going to put this behind it. And to do that, I just took my glue. Easier said than done this time, huh? There, I took my glue and I went all along the edge of the inside of the frame. And then I went along the edge of the blue portion of the frame. And I measured this to make sure that it was going to cover all of that. And I think it was, gosh, I think it was 4 1/4 by, no, I think it was 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm just going to put this in here and let it dry a little bit. It's not very straight, is it? That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it because it's not really this inside part that I'm too concerned about. I'm more concerned about the outside part. Oh, what's that? There. I didn't get the die cut off all the way. There we go. So there's that part, and then I have the middle for this part. Now when you cut these, you get these two, but I think I'm going to use these for a different card or something, so I'm just going to save those. I'm going to put them up there. And I have all my colors out that I used for this card. I haven't stamped anything, I haven't colored anything, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to leave this one on top for reference. I do want to take some ink. Let me put my lid on this. And my little blending brush to put some blue on the outside. Like a little frame here, just for fun. I guess on this one I could have maybe used a darker blue to match, or a more royal blue to match the inside, but I think this will be fine. And if it's not, I'll change it. So let's look at it and see what we think, what I think. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it looks cute. So I didn't do the middle part, and you can either have the card opening, of course, this way or this way, so whichever you prefer. I did the first one like this, so maybe I'll do this next one the other way. But what I did was I went ahead and left all of my little dogs in my Misty so that I know that they would all fit and would be good on the card front. Trying to put some things away as I go along, because I have too much out here on my desk. So let's see here. If I open this up, I have all of my little guys here. And I can kind of see where it was placed just based on the dog bodies. So I'm just trying to make it straight. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, make sure that that looks pretty good. So then I'm going to put a magnet right in the middle. And I think I moved it. All right, and then, oops, I put this blue one in the wrong spot. I'm just going to ink up my images. And it didn't do a fabulous job this first time, and that's okay, because I can just go on and do it again. That's the beauty of the Misty. It makes it so much easier. And then once I have them all stamped, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave these on here because I do need to clean it. So I'm going to use this to color, and I'm going to use this as my reference again. And I just did what I thought were dog colors. And I'm just going to go in and, I don't know why I have my darkest one right now, but I do. I have my darkest, and usually I start with the lightest, but I grabbed this one, and that's the one I'm kind of going with right now. This one kind of reminds me of like a sheepdog. I'm not going to be able to tell you all these names of all the dogs, but I don't know all of the names of all the fun dogs, but I love dogs. You guys know I love animals in general, so this one just kind of reminded me of a sheepdog. So for me, I'm just going to make them just dog colors, gray and brown, kind of like the other one. If you wanted to get silly or crazy or fun, you could do like pink and green and orange dogs, blue dogs, whatever you want to do. I am choosing not to do it that way this time though, but that would be kind of a fun card. So I'm just trying to blend in the darker gray with the lighter gray. My goodness. And then on this one I did red and blue present that he's holding, and I think I'm going to do the same for this card, but I think I'm going to do it opposite. I'm going to make blue bow, since blue is the primary color of this one. And then a red present. It's funny, I think he was the last one I colored on the previous card. And then I'll move over to my little bulldog, and I think, yeah, I think I'll do him browns. So I have a lighter, kind of a tannish color to do his middle. My stomach is growling. Sorry if you can hear that. Then I'm going to take my lighter brown usually like doing the lightest color first, but for both of these, I've picked the darkest color first. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I have better control, I think, when I do the lighter one first. So I will try to do that from now on. I'm just kind of... But these are such small areas, it's really not a big deal, I guess. That's cute. And then with him, he has his little teeth showing. So I took my white Jelly Roll pen and did his little teeth that are showing, and then I went ahead and did the bone a little bit too, so that that would be seen a little better. That looks pretty good. And then let's go over to this little Pomeranian guy, and I'm going to color him mostly this light tan color, and I'm just going over his whole body. And you can see I'm just going over the blue ink too that I put on there. That's one thing about alcohol markers, is that they usually like will color over whatever's underneath them, and which I think is pretty neat.